Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.
This week on occasion of Vijayadashmi, we are coming up with 3 interesting webinars. The first webinar is Making an Auspicious Start, where we will be discussing on how to make your first investment decision. This webinar will be hosted in 2 different languages, Tamil and English. And the second webinar is What Makes Peer Different. Here we will be discussing our multi-asset PMS product Peer. This webinar is more useful for the investors who want to diversify their portfolio. And the last webinar is The Power of Lumpsum Investing. Here we will be discussing the benefits of lump sum investing. If you are interested in any of this webinar, you can click the link below in the description to register.
This time we're going to talk about setting milestones and financial goals. Last time we covered the topic of financial security and the 4 pillars that can make you feel much safer when it comes to your finances. Now, for a lot of us, financial security isn't just about safety, it's also about being able to provide for all of our goals, both the ones that we know about and the sudden and unexpected surprises. When we have to look at financial security from this angle, it's very important for us to set some goals. Now, many of us can have very vague goals or large goals which are ambitious, for which there needs to be a certain level of planning. So what do I mean by a vague goal? Now, when you ask a young person, they'll definitely say, oh, I want to retire. I want to retire in my 30s or in my 40s. Now, that's not a very specific goal because you don't know which year that's going to happen, and you really don't know how much you have to provide for that particular goal because there's such a long runway after that, and there might be so many other aspirations that come beyond that retirement deadline. This is kind of a vague goal. Or sometimes you might hear someone who says, oh, I want to be a dollar millionaire, which means they want to have about 8.5 crores in savings. But we need to set that timeline and we need to figure out when you can achieve that goal with your resources and the right level of guidance. So to do this, there's a very effective process known as milestoning. Milestoning basically allows you to break up a big or a vague goal into smaller chunks. And then as you cross each milestone in your journey, you're able to see the next milestone and you're able to also see where this road is taking you. Milestoning is such an important part of your journey because it allows you to measure how you're doing. And investors often forget that returns come from 2 components. One part of your return is through what you've contributed and your decision-making skills. The second part of the return is actually from what the market gives you. Now, sometimes you might be doing everything correctly and the market may not be favorable, and sometimes you may slip up and the market may actually give you extra returns. So when this happens, when we have a process that allows us to milestone, it makes us more aware of whether we are doing the heavy lifting or if the market is doing that, and it allows us to adjust and rebalance our plans accordingly. So this ensures that as you go through each milestone, you're actually staying on track towards that end goal that you've envisioned. When it comes to working on goals, you don't have to do it alone. You can always have a partner, an advisor, or a mentor who helps you through this. Do you have a fun and ambitious goal that you'd like to share with us? Let us know in the comments below.